Hi everyone, this is Dinagaran and welcome back to the YouTube channel RPA Space. So in case if you are new to the channel and you are not well versed with our channel, please do visit our channel which is RPA Space, which just contain a lot of video related to UiPath and Blue Prism. That will be really helpful if you are trying to understand some sort of logics and advanced use cases which you want to perform either using Blue Prism or UiPath will be really helpful. In case if you have a different opinion or view on this channel, please do comment below with each and every video. I'll try to address it as soon as possible. Right. So without getting delayed, let's jump back to today's video, which is like for each activity in UiPath. So if you are already familiar with UiPath Studio and you know the terminologies about like for each and its functionality, this could be kind of a real-time cakewalk for you because you might be well versed with this terminologies. But for someone who's new and they want to understand exactly how to perform a loop activity in their real-time project, then this is where this video is going to be helpful. For each activity is really helpful when you want to perform a loop in a list of strings or list of any other type of argument, and that's where your activities, this for each activity is going to be helpful. So where you can find for each activity, you can directly go to activities panel in UiPath and search it for each. Or in case if you're wondering like exactly under which menu this for each is getting placed, so you can directly search under activities workflow control and then you will be able to find the for each activity, and that could be with this icon. You can be able to see it in the screen. Right. So I'll show it in a real-time example exactly how for each is getting performed, and that will help you to understand even more better, right? So this is where like our for each like exact functionality which is going to be performed. Right, so I've shown it in our previous video how to filter an email based on like your subject line, right? So the output of a like filter email or get email activity is going to be a list, and that could be offered type list, right? So you can be able to see it here, right? So in case if you want to list or if you want to loop through each of the list, right? So in that case, you cannot use exactly for each row because that's not a data table. It's a kind of a list. So list cannot be iterated using a data table, right? For each row data table. So in that case, you can use it for each functionality to loop through it. So in case if you are wondering, right? So you can directly, if you try to directly use it, use the output of the list, right? So you can output message is the list where I got it from output mail message, but that will not be exactly suffice to loop through all the output because the format of the type of an argument which you get it from get output message is something which is like output message, which is of list type. But the type of argument which is available here by default when you open a for each, then that will be kind of an object, right? So you have to change it either going here and browse type and choose whatever type is required for you. Only then you will be able to exactly retrieve the required data from the list of string, whatever you want to perform. So in this case, right, so I've taken one for each activity and that type I've changed it from system.net.mail message because I'm going to loop through each of the mail messages, right? So the values, what I'm going to pass it, that's where your output message comes in, and this body is something where you can do whatever you want, right? But you have one more property here, which is output, right? Output that is nothing but an index. Index is nothing but the number of, like for example, you have 10 list of string which does contain 10 values, right? So if you want to first time when you loop through, your list index will be 0 and then it keeps on increasing. If you want to construct some logic based on your index of your output, then this index could be useful, right? So in case for example I just wanted to uh, get an index of it, right? So let's go here, add an input, and then just go there and find index of it. So if I try to write an index, right? So you will be able to see the index in your output panel. Each and every loop, the index will keep increasing. That is where your index is going to be really helpful. But in case if you're using for any other type of argument, let it be like a kind of string, the index is going to be string because it's based on your list, not based on your type of an argument, right? So you can see here 0 and it keeps on increasing 2, it's coming as 2 and it's coming as 3, right? So like that's where your index is going to get performed. So I think I've explained all the properties of a for each type of an argument is where you have to choose which input you are going to choose it. So for example, I'll show you one more sequence where I'll try to choose type as a list of string, or I can leave it as a default because string can still perform with the default functionality, right? So let's try to create a new sequence and we'll try to create a sign. Okay, let it be kind of an input, and I can give it as UI part is create platform. Yeah. So this could be our input, and I can take one more, and I can use it here as like a split str. This could be what I'm trying to do here is like I'll show you. Input dot split. I can mention split with space dot to character array, right? So this input string could be array of string, that would be your output. So nothing but you're just splitting each of the string based on the space, and you want to loop through that each row of the string like list which you already have here. So I want to pass it like split str. Now if I go here, I don't want to change it exactly like to string, but if you change it, that's not going to be not going to create any issue here. So I pass the value which is like input list string and index like let's take index as well and see what the index is coming for each and every activity, right? So take a log message and it's just going to be your row item. Yeah, and one more we can take it. You can use like kind of the index, right? So now what it is going to do, this input string is going to get split based on the character. You can learn one more thing here. You can how can you split a string which contains a sentence and it does if you need to split it based on the spaces, right? So you can still do it with this functionality like input string dot split, and then you can use double quote and then space as a like character and then split it as well. So split strings based on spaces also performed here, and followed by that there is a for each. So let's try to run it. So I'll try to give or I'll try to attach output on this video as well, so you can just refer in case it. So for example, you have us like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 as a 6 strings is separated, 6 words getting separated based on the spaces, and that's going to get stored in the list, right? Split list. And the index when you start is always 0. So if you try to execute it, right? So you can be able to see first string UI path that comes in, and then followed by that index is going to be 0. And you can, if you keep running is 1 and then a and then 2 great and 3 RP and then 4 platform. So this is how like your index works with the for each loop as well, right? So this is pretty much, I just want to get it covered. So for each can be performed in your project wherever it is. So try to choose which type of argument you want to choose it, and based on that, it will be really helpful. So for example, for a mail message, if you still didn't use mail message, right? So you cannot retrieve when you run it in the loop. You cannot retrieve the subject header and whatever it is using the item dot subject and that functionality, right? So you have to choose the right argument. Only then you will be able to perform right actions what you need to be. So I'll try to attach both of the sequence into the video description. So try to have a look and practice. Let me know in case if you have any questions or doubts which need to get clarified. right? So thanks for watching our video, and in case if you have questions, comment it below, and please do share, subscribe our channel, and please press the bell icon in case if you wish to get a new videos and as and when required, right? Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day.